Wait, stop.
I'm on the video.
Oh, Bunny's still oink.
Okay, bunnies don't like. Now,
Bunnies still do oink.
okay, so what I'm going to say is this. Child won't be quiet, so deal. I was requested by the lovely ladies in Cyprus of Cosmic Crone Conversation and the multiple beautiful other ones that I put so we could find that video. I did a video with them, a live of Cosmic Crone Conversation, and it was about history of Atlantis. So if you wanted the rest of their pages, there are quite a few actually, really, and they're all really cool. They're all listed underneath. Now, Marie and Tina requested that I explain what happened, if I can, and give an example of something, of why there were technical difficulties at the time of the filming. Okay, here's the catch. I was listening to some videos, and I listened to, is it Cryon or Eckhart Tolle? Probably Cryon. Or Eckhart, finally. Wow, interesting. And he said, it's people talk about, this is an older answer to a question someone asked him quite a while ago, but it's relevant to this. Why do we say that there's negative or darker energy or lighter energy? Like I would say, there's some dark or light. It's just they have different curiosities and different agendas and different focuses and intentions. So you may be coming from an intention of, light and love and compassion, and the others are coming from lack, fear, doubt, shame, the whole, abandonment, the whole thing. And that becomes power over others. And that's what people tend to call the dark. So just quick description. And then what Eckhart said was interesting. He said, it's not that you're attracting the dark. No. It's that you technically, he said in so many words, like I read in between the lines as a message, and I heard as a message as he was speaking, you as an individual, when you are so present and you shine the light so bright, what happens is that light is so intense that it expands. Light expands. Fission is amazing. So as fusion comes together, fission opens up. That's the 2 points in physics that I can remember. Now what happens is fission just opens and opens and opens. That's the point of expansion of energy. Energy is meant to expand, not to contract all the time. It's about expand, contract, expand. But it's in the wave. And in those contractions, we go introspectively like I am now. And when you go out, it is at the opposite. Yeah? Extroversion. So it's the introvert, extrovert. Same things with the archetype with the Jungian belief, the Carl Jung. It's the same belief thing, where you are introverted or you're extroverted. Or you're a combination of both, which is kind of, well, no, I'm really more introvert. But it seems like I'm an extrovert, but it takes work to even make these kind of videos. To be slightly extroverted is what I call my courage to do this. So saying that, I'm always beaming brighter. So when I'm around 2 other beings that are exceptionally bright, both the ladies Tina and Marie from Cosmic Crone Conversation, they honestly don't realize how much they shine. So the energy was beaming and expanding. We butted into, literally, like the energy, like our energy met the other energy of those beings that were around. But then they got curious and got little looky-loos and kind of came into the energy too. So they're now looking at the energy, trying to poke holes. And by just trying to poke holes into the energy field, because that's not cool. I could tell you what they are, but it's not necessary. I'm not allowed to. I know who they are. I can say, but it's not necessary. Let's just say they're just foot soldiers for those higher to them, because they do have a hierarchy when it's power over others. When there's no hierarchy, technically in the light being segment, like Sirius, Pleiadians, felines, all that, Andromedans, the whole shebang, right? Even Polarians do not. Even Orions do not have. No. When we said you're of the light, with the light, from the light, with working of, and being the light, embodying the light. Yeah. That's more fun. Now, putting that into context, these things were sitting around the boundaries of the energy, where the energy was expanding to. They thought, ooh, free energy. Ooh, let's poke. So, and also, they were interfering because, now I didn't say intervening, which is the good stuff, that's helping. Interfering because they decided that what I was saying and what we were saying was too much disclosure on the truth of what was done, not just to the history of humans, but to what the history could be found under not just the Atlantic Ocean, not just under the Indian Ocean, as we call it. It's just one ocean, but we give them different names. We give it different names. And because we give it different names, it's, Pacific is mainly Mu or Lemuria, so we don't have to worry too much about it. But there are pieces to Atlantis that were in the Indian Ocean, that were completely the Atlantic Ocean, almost. And not far from the Canary Islands, not far from, Bermuda, Bahamas. But the Bahamians have that energy, that they know what's there. They're original people. And they're elders and oh, my child is so loud right now. I'm so sorry. But the elders are so wise that they do know what happened there. They do know what happened there. So because of it, these entities, these beings, are created beings. They are not seeded beings. They are created foot soldier beings that are there to serve other beings that choose to be power over others and power that take from others, as opposed to work and do their own work energetically to create their own destinies, futures, whatever, journeys, you name it. Have fun, enjoy yourself. And what they did was they interfered. So every time we would mention some kind of if you go to the video on my page, and I'm not saying for views, I'm saying if you go to the video on my page, on Cosmic Blue Avian, you can find, it's Cosmic Blue Avian, no spaces, under lowercase, all lowercase, with the number 1 on the end. So if you want to find it that way, at Cosmic Blue Avian, lowercase, no spaces, number 1. And if you find that, you can look in that list of videos, and I think it's under lives. Yeah. And then you'll see there the transcript of the full. And you will see that what happened there. Now, what part I can't tell. Let's just say one part of me that doesn't like being so public. It's not like a thing that people don't know about. They don't have their own. They do. Just mine doesn't want to be that public. It's just one of those things. So there are certain entities to every soul, and my entity, let's just say, was woken up. And this entity of myself, this part of me, this fractal spark, soul spark, when it, as it took a body, and at this point it's not a body. That's the point. Was so annoyed. Yes, they get annoyed even in energetic form. And said, "Why are you waking me up?" And then it literally sat up. Just lifted the head, if it had a head. Just let's put it that way. Moved parts of itself. Shook it out a little. And then, it's not the avian, I'll tell you that much. Was so, and that alone sent ripples through the energy field, not just mine, but the two beautiful ladies, Marie and Tina, of a Cosmic Crone Conversation. It rippled right through the energy field, and it allowed for these entities that are just tiny part DNA, and the rest are just created. So they're created as foot soldiers to follow, not have their own identity, not to have their own freedom, not to have their own choices, but to be just followed, to follow those that tell them what to do. And when they came through the space, sorry, someone's being a looky-loo right now. When they came through the space, they decided that they wanted to get information and to shut it down. So they spliced up they made interference as if, And they continued it until the point where it chopped up all the language and the sounds and the words and everything. But everything was caught on the on the transcript, on my video. Watch my video and also watch the ladies on a Cosmic Crone Conversation that they also loaded it too. And you can see a lot of the language is in the transcript, which is phenomenal. You can read the transcript and see what's there. That's how you can catch what was being said. What wasn't caught on camera, in the transcript, was what I said to them. Now, how do I do it? All I can say is there are two forms of physics: fission and fusion. And all I'm allowed to say is the process is as simple as this. When you embody the entire form of yourself and you are completely, securely in the hands of Source, Creator, Universe, Spirit, as they want to call it, however you want to call it, there is no fear there. And if you're coming from intention of love and healing and kindness and service to benefit, not just, especially everyone and yourself, but everyone first, that energy expands.
You're not too bacon.
So when you intentionally take that energy and expand it 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 in such a way that anything and everything that may or may not match that frequency, hint, hint. If you don't match, you run. If you match, you just bathe in the fun. And you're like, yum! We met a friend. We're back home. Yay. Let's talk. That doesn't bother. That's all good. That's not an entity in your field that's not supposed to be there. That's an entity that shares your field. And that's all good. But the ones that do not share your field and then sit there and are not of your energy and then decide, oh yeah, we're just going to play here and interfere, they run. So when you intentionally, with every part of your being and every essence that you are, and like I said, this part of my essence is not wanting to reveal itself, literally picked up, if it had a head, moved parts of its, if it had a body, and said, why did you wake me up? And it was so annoyed. That alone sent the ripples and the expansion. And the next thing I did was I consciously took the energy of that being that's now awake. Don't wake this one up, I'll tell you that much. It's not a negative one by no means or dark. No. It's one of the brightest, if anything. But did not want anything near it. Because this one has a special job. So this one was pissed the bunk off and said, in the most loving way, I send out love and I'm expanding only love. And those who hear this call will hear love. And sent that out and rippled that at the same time. And all those that did not understand what that was in terms of love, because they don't know what love is, because they're just made and they've never been treated with love. So the love scared them. It's not to scare them. It scared them because they don't know what love is. And that's the sad part of it all. That's why dark is not dark.
Just me.
You have to hold space for those who don't know what love is. That's the hard part. As I said in my last life. So expanding that is what happened. And then the energy, when it reached those entities that were kind of taking energy off without, just doing their job and interfering and breaking through the sounds and messing with the wavelengths and the sound waves and technology. Yes, all of it. They basically said, but light waves are stronger. Yes, sound came first, but light is stronger. Light is the manifestation of sound waves made into something called form, and form is what we see. And form, it's not that it's more powerful, but it is more complex. So because of it, it overpowered that interference. And then sent them packing, and they ran off and said, we're done. Because all I said off camera was, on camera, which you didn't see because I got garbled, was, really? We're doing this? And that wasn't found in any transcript. If you find it, tell me, because I haven't found it. But if you can find that, good luck. And that is what happened. And has this happened before? Oh, yes. Not once, but twice with others. And I'm not at liberty to go into that. The energy of that is way too traumatic and too painful, and my entities have decided not to do anything more about that whatsoever. Not discuss it, not go into it, and not explain that. Unfortunately for some, I know you're like, why not? No, sorry. Some things are intentionally personal. So I hope that helps my lovely friends Marie and Tina in a Cosmic Crone Conversation. Sorry for the movie. I'm just holding up the phone. I'm going to keep it super short. I'm going to come back to my knitting. See, I'm knitting. And I shall see you all soon. I hope that works. If that's not enough an explanation, please leave some comments below this live when it comes up. And I can see what other kind of answers can come up, but I really can't go into too much depth on that. But if you want more in details on like the physics and how to make that expansion intentionally, possibly. But that's up to you. Like I don't, it's not that's that privy to me. Like I can do it, but I need to know if you need to want to know about it. Maybe I'll ask and I'll see if they'll those parts or source would let me reveal it. Because some things are not meant for all to know yet. It's kind of like I've heard it so many times before as this metaphor or this description that if you had the internet now and then you showed it to somebody back in the year 1100, they would think you're a witch and they kill you. Wouldn't that not be true? Like here's a mobile phone, right? And it's a smartphone and it has internet, and they'll be like, okay, you're making magic. We don't like this. You're dead. Bye. Certain aspects would do that. And whether it's the year 1000, whether it's like the dark ages, whatever it is. They did it to women just because they had intuition about nature. And men. For supporting the women. So, keep that in mind. I'm not doing this to scare y'all. I'm telling you that we have our own abilities to do what we need to do. When I say that we have the abilities, we have the abilities. And I'm not saying that we don't. We actually have it ourselves. So, how to can be taught. But that might be for another day. Sorry for the little cynical smile. Might have to be for another day. But if you have a comment and you actually want to know more details, you can find out. Like you can ask your higher selves and they can tell you what they know. And you may have a technique that I don't do. So that's another way to do it too. So think about it. Everyone's a little different. But the key is vision. Expanding love and light and compassion from the core outward. And with the intention of love, healing, and light and compassion. That's the key of it all. And then your hope, all that matches that, compassion and love, comes back. That's kind of the hope. So I hope that works. Namaste, I only have one hand. I tied my rings together, that's right. And, yes, my crown's on. And I shall see you all another time. I hope that helped as an answer. But that's what happened. So they basically interfered because they don't want disclosure of the information. Because it makes them look weaker, and then it takes away from the delusion, and it makes everything less powerful for them that wanted power over others to not have the ability to have power over you anymore. You now have your own power because you're not listening to that poopla. Poopla. Yes, I said poop as in la. Poopla. All right. Me and my silliness. I better go. I'm talking too much. Now I'm babbling. All right. Namaste from the third eye to the heart. Namaste. And be kind to each other. Have a wonderful day. And I hope everyone is well, balanced, feels loved, and knows that they are loved. Because you all are. Bye.